Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. In today's video, I just wanted to share a little bit about our past experience this weekend doing a summer market. Now, I know that I had specified in the past that we don't do any markets at all during the summertime, and typically our personal market season is between Halloween and Mother's Day, and even then we like to do night markets more than anything. Now, this market was actually something that we got invited to. It is probably the biggest event that happens in our local city, and it is the Independence Day event, that they put on for the city. So with that in mind, we actually had gotten invited to do this event, and we were kind of hesitant at first just because, it's going to be at the end of June, and I was thinking, man, it's going to be hot. But we thought, because of the amount of visitors, they said there'd be about 10,000 people that show up to this event. That'd be the biggest event we've ever done. So we thought, okay, why not? We will give it a try and just, see how it goes. And this will be the last event until whenever we're able to do another event towards the end of the year, or maybe next year. I don't know when the next time we're going to be able to do another event. So we decided to just go for it. So the actual event itself was from 3 to 9, and at 9 they did a huge fireworks show. And but they wanted vendors to be there pretty early on, so they actually had vendors showing up around 7 o'clock in the morning. We personally did not want to do that because we know that it does not take us, 7 hours to get set up for an event. But we did still show up around 10:30, which was still pretty early for us to get set up, and we were ready to go, by noon, 1 o'clock. I mean, just took our time getting set up. Thankfully, Chris is there to help me get set up and basically did all of the setup process because I just really wanted to conserve my energy because I'm like, okay, I know that today is going to take a lot out of me. And being 26 weeks pregnant, I'm like, okay, so I definitely need to conserve my energy. So Chris was definitely just all for me hanging out in the truck, conserving my energy as much as possible because I knew it was gonna be such a long day. I'm like, okay, we're getting there at 10:30. We're probably not going to be leaving until 10:30, 11 o'clock tonight. So it's just, that mental game of, okay, just trying to take it one thing at a time. So with getting set up, we had to be set up by 1 o'clock for the fire inspection because of the fireworks that were going on. The fire department needed to walk by to make sure that your Easy Up tent was like flame resistant or something like that. And we have a little tag on ours that says that it is. So it's a very particular event. We had a fire extinguisher, which we bring to every event regardless, but the fire department just needed to come by to make sure that everybody was compliant and that there were going to be, no fire safety issues or anything like that because of the fireworks, which makes complete sense. But something that we did not think of, and I gotta be honest, we've been very lucky so far with previous events when we have done them during the daytime when the sun is out, and that is the direction in which we are facing. So as soon as we got our booth vendor location, we were like, okay, we're gonna be facing the sun. So we were facing the west. And that means that starting at around, I want to say 4 o'clock, it was like creeping up around like that 2 to 4 o'clock time. And we had our setup ready to go, but the sun is starting to go over the Easy Up and then starting to face the candles. And I gotta be honest, this is like the main reason why I don't like doing markets in the summer, and I really just don't like doing day markets in general. So this was the worst it's ever been when it comes to candles and the sun hitting them. And so what ended up happening was selling time started at 4 o'clock. So the way that this event worked, I mean, yeah, you're there for 12 hours, but the way that the selling time worked is we actually could only sell product between 4 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. So there wasn't a big window of time of actually, selling your product. So between 4 and 6, it was not good. It was highly anxiety inducing because of the sun directly hitting the product. The jars were getting super hot. The candles were melting when people would go to smell them. Candles were literally melting, so it would like run down, the side. Oh my God, it was like so embarrassing, such a nightmare. And Chris and I were just trying to figure out, what do we do? And thankfully, we were actually on a corner spot. So we were the very end of a row of like probably 10 vendors. And so what we did was we actually flipped over facing, what would that be? West, north. So we started facing north, flipped everything around. And I swear, the second we started moving everything over to face towards the north, we had people coming up wanting to purchase from us in the middle of transitioning everything over. So what we did is the main front section that was facing the west, we put up a panel on the easy up. So we always bring 3 wall panels with us, but this time we only put up 2. So one behind us and then now one to the side. So it blocked off the sun coming in. And then we had everything moved over facing the north. So it was the same setup and everything, but I swear that's all it took for us to actually start getting sales. And I'm so happy that we decided to make that decision. I wish we would have made it earlier, but within those 2.5 hours, we still managed to sell about $600 worth of product. So that's really good for that short amount of time. But it was still just such, I hate like dealing with the hot sun and the summer and the sun burning down on your candles and everything like that. And I know I've gotten so many questions before of how do you prevent your candles from melting during the summer? And I wish I had a great answer for you. If you are very experienced doing summer markets where the sun could be hitting down on your booth, on your candles, please feel free to leave it down in the comment section below on what you personally do to avoid this and not have this happen. There's only a couple of tips that I could possibly think of that would help you out, but it's mainly preventative. It's not in the moment because I gotta be honest, I was nervous, so nervous about having our candles like look terrible. I mean, the tops were just embarrassing. The candles themselves were so hot to the touch, so we'd be like, please be careful when you're touching them. It was just such a nightmare. It was such a nightmare. I'm so happy that it ended up working out and that we were on a corner spot, luckily. But what I would recommend, the only thing that I can think of is either do indoor markets during the summer. So if there's indoor locations you can do, definitely do that. Or figure out the location of the event that you're going to be at and then ask to face east. So if it's going to be like a midday or kind of that transition time between daytime to night, and you know that the sun obviously is going to be setting in the west, you want that sun behind you. You don't want the sun to be in front of you because especially at that peak time of day, it's very hot sun that is going to be beating down on your products. And depending on where you live, I mean, it could be 90, 100 plus degrees, which is just... it's just going to absolutely obliterate the products, which is how I felt. So I would say when you are applying to the markets, or even if you get into the market, just email the company and be like, hey, I have candles. They melt with the sun hitting them. If you could put me in a place that is either shaded or to where the sun is going to be, behind me, so basically facing the east, that would be absolutely preferred. And, you're just thinking about your product, you're thinking about the longevity of you wanting to come back to these events. So hopefully these managers and these event companies are going to want to help you out. And we actually had let some of the event people know because they came over and they felt so bad. But honestly, it was just something that I should have done when I had applied and done all that. We kind of got into this event very last minute. At first we didn't get in, but there was a cancellation, so we got a call asking if we wanted to be a vendor still. Overall, I'm happy that we did it because there were actually a few of our regulars that were so happy to see us. There was somebody who watches me on YouTube that was really cool to be able to meet. And overall, like, there were so many people there and we were really busy. Like, it was like one after another. We had some people even waiting in line just to be able to come over and smell the candles. So in that like 6 o'clock to 8:30 time, it was well worth it. It was a really great time. It was fun. We had a good time during that time. It was just the stress and trying to pivot and figure out the situation of, you know, the melting candles. So yeah, that is why I don't do summer markets, but those are my tips and, you know, pieces of advice on how to, you know, handle doing markets in the summer, because I don't think that anybody in a candle business necessarily needs to do what we do and just not do summer markets. I think that honestly, with me being pregnant right now, it's more of me being like, I can't, like, it drains me. Yesterday, I was just out like all day, you know, it's just so difficult to just move on from after a day like that. It's just very exhausting. You can probably still see it in my face. I'm still tired today, definitely. But I want to make this video just to share this because I know so many people have asked me, you know, how do you prevent this? And I wish I had some magic solution answer. I know sometimes people will keep their candles behind their booth, but I don't know how you're able to still showcase your products and showcase display candles and have people smell them without the sun hitting directly and heating it up and warming it up. And, you know, so if you have any tips, please leave it down in the comment section below for not only me, but other people in the community that would really benefit from it. But that is our experience, and I wanted to update you on this summer market that we did with candles melting in the sun and how we figured it out. But with that, I think I'm going to end today's video right here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video. You know what's so funny? So I have Brody in here right now. So Brody's my dog, and he'll lay down the entire video. He knows when I'm finished with, he knows my outro that I say, like, all right, but anyways, I'm gonna end today's video right here. He knows, he just perked up, got all excited. He knows exactly when I'm done filming. Why are you so smart?